Good morning, children, and welcome to your science e-learning class again. Children, today we will study about lesson number 4, that is heat and temperature. In this chapter, we will study about what is heat, how heat transformation can take place from one form of energy to other form of energy, what is temperature, and what are the ways to measure temperature. Now let us start. First of all, let us try to understand what is heat. Heat is a form of energy which can cause hotness in an object. You know, when any object possesses heat energy, it becomes hot. From where do we get heat energy? The ultimate source of heat energy is sun. And there are various other sources of energy. We should know when any object gain energy, it becomes hot, and when it lose heat energy, it becomes cold. Now let us try to understand how heat energy can be transformed from one form of energy to other form of energy. Heat is a form of energy that can be generated from all other forms of energy and can be transformed into the other form of energy. We can see some examples. In case of thermal power station, heat energy is transformed into electrical energy. In steam engine, it is transformed into mechanical energy. In geysers or heaters, it is transformed into heat energy. Electrical energy can be converted into various other forms of energy. Like when we cook something, electrical energy is converted into heat energy. In table lamp, electrical energy is converted into light and heat energy. Electrical energy is converted into light energy, heat energy and sound energy in case of televisions. And in electric kettle also, electrical energy is converted into heat energy. So we can say various forms of energy can be interconverted, and this is called as transformation of energy. Now let us try to understand the various effects of heat energy. We can see in our daily activities there are various effects of heat energy on matter. For example, snow melts, water boils, and they gradually disappears. Heat can cause rise in the temperature of the body. When the body gain energy, the temperature increases. When it lose energy, the temperature fall down. When any object gain energy, it expands. When it lose energy, it contracts. Heat can also change the state of any object. For example, when we heat water, it starts boiling and changes into steam. On cooling, steam again can be changed into water, and water can be freezed into ice. So we can say heat change may result in change in the state of any object. Heat energy can be used to speed up chemical reactions. Heat energy can be used to kill bacteria. For example, milk is boiled to kill bacteria present in it. The terms hot and cold may be sometimes misleading, as these are not accurate or absolute terms. These are only comparative terms, and we doesn't get a fair idea about the hotness or coldness of any liquid. This can be understood by this experiment. Take water in 3 different bowls. In bowl A, take ice cold water. In bowl B, ordinary tap water. And in bowl C, take hot water. Now, put your hands in bowl A and C. Now, pull your hands out and put both of your hands in bowl B. You will feel that when you put your hands in bowl B, both of the hands will see different sensation. They will feel differently. The hand that was in bowl A will feel hotter, as earlier it was put in ice cold water, while the second hand that was earlier put in bowl C will feel hotter. So, there should be a proper method for measuring the degree of hotness and coldness of an object. And this measurement of degree of hotness and coldness of an object is called temperature. In hospitals, you might have noticed doctors are using a device for measuring temperature, and this device is called as thermometer. The type of thermometer which is used to measure our body temperature is called clinical thermometer. Now, let us try to understand the structure of clinical thermometer. It consists of a long narrow tube with same thickness throughout. On one end of the tube, there is a bulb which contains mercury, and for reading the temperature, there is a scale on the thermometer. We know that normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius for human body, but it may vary from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. So, clinical thermometer have reading from 37 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Inside the thermometer, there is a narrow tube that originates from the bulb. This tube is called capillary tube and is filled with mercury. With rise in the temperature, the mercury level in the capillary tube increases as the mercury expands on heating. The capillary tube is bent near the bulb to make a kink. This kink prevents the level of mercury to flow back, and we get more time to take the temperature reading. On the scale, we can see there are many divisions in between two consecutive numbers. These divisions are called calibrations. These helps to get the correct reading. If there are 10 divisions, we can say each division will suggest 1 by 10, that is 0.1 degree Celsius. And if there are 5 divisions in between two consecutive numbers, then each division will suggest 1 by 5, that is 0.2 degree Celsius. Antiseptic solution before using it. Then give a jerk to the thermometer so that the mercury level fall below 35 degrees Celsius. Then place the thermometer under your tongue inside your mouth and wait for 1 minute. Now take out the thermometer and find out the correct reading of the temperature. Here you can see the thermometer reading show temperature 37.4 degrees Celsius. So this is the body temperature that is recorded by the thermometer. Now there are certain other units which can be used for measuring temperature. These are Kelvin and Fahrenheit. Here we must notice that clinical thermometer should never be used to measure the temperature of the hot substances like hot liquids, tea, coffee, etc. Laboratory thermometer can be used to measure temperature from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Now let us see what is filled inside the capillary tube of lab thermometer. There may be alcohol or mercury. Generally alcohol is preferred as it can measure even the lower range of temperature also. Now what precaution we should take while measuring temperature of a liquid using lab thermometer? The bulb of the thermometer should be completely immersed inside the liquid and it should not touch the bottom of the beaker. At last, now let us try to summarize the differences between lab thermometer and clinical thermometer. Laboratory thermometer has a longer capillary tube while clinical thermometer has shorter capillary tube. The temperature range of laboratory thermometer is minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius, while in case of clinical thermometer it is 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. While taking reading, the laboratory thermometer bulb should be in contact with the object, while in case of clinical thermometer, the thermometer should not be in contact of the body during taking the reading of the temperature. And last one, laboratory thermometer has straight capillary tube, while in case of clinical thermometer, the capillary tube is having a kink. So children, that is all about lesson number 4. Now read the lesson at least twice carefully and fill bookwork and write question answers in your notebook with the help of PDF sent to you. Next week we will study about lesson number 5, that is transfer of heat. Till then, stay safely at your home and protect yourself from COVID-19. Thank you children.